Hey everyone, welcome to our interactive read aloud. We are going to get ready to read the book Puddles, and it's by Jonathan London, and the pictures, the illustrator is G. Brian Karras. So when we're reading this today, I want you to think about how these characters are feeling, and you're going to hear a lot of onomatopoeias. And this author is kind of poetic, kind of like a poetry writer, because he uses so many onomatopoeias and he makes you imagine things. He does really good descriptions. So let's read to find out. Puddles. All night, the slash of rain and the flash of lightning and the kapow of thunder rattling the house and all the windows. We cuddle between fright and glee and want it to stop and never stop. This reminds me of last night. My windows were rattling from the thunder. How are these characters feeling? I heard that they're feeling fright and glee. They want it to stop, but then they never want it to stop. Have you ever felt that way? You're feeling opposite, feeling happy and scared at the same time? In the morning it does, like a curtain rising on a shiny new day, a day of brightness and blue, a sky wiped clean of the last cloud. We walk outside to the sweet chatter of birds filling the trees and breathe deep the clear air. So what does that mean, the sweet chatter of birds? Have you ever woke up in the morning and heard the birds tweeting out there? Imagine what it sounds like. Watch out for puddles, Mama hollers. Don't get wet. I already have a prediction of what's going to happen in these puddles. Do you think they're going to listen to Mama? My thinking voice says, nope. Needles glisten, listen. The drip, drip, drip from the eaves and the leaves. Look, the sparkle of a million suns in a million drops. Let's think about that. First of all, you might have a clarify of the word eaves. Eaves are this part of your house, the little part of your roof that kind of comes out and gives shade to your house. That's an eave. But then it says a million suns. We know our planet only has one sun, so why does it say a million suns in a million drops? So if you look, all the little water droplets are reflecting the sun. So if you look up, it looks like a bunch of suns. We follow baby rivers trickling and snaking down ditches into fields. Now be a picture detective here. Where's that river coming from? Is it a river? Look here. It's the gutter coming off the house. When it rains, it takes the rain down your house and out. So it's not really a river. It's just a stream coming from the gutter. Puddles. Big ones, little ones, long ones, skinny ones, pieces of sky on the ground. It's time to puddle jump. Splash, splash, splash. So it said pieces of sky on the ground. That reminds me of Chicken Little. The sky doesn't fall on the ground. So why is the author saying pieces of sky? I think it's because the puddle is reflecting the blue in the sky, and she can see the reflection of the sun in the sky. And there's our onomatopoeia. Splash, splash, splash. Look at how these kids are feeling. Mud sucks at our boots. Slurp, slurp, slurp. We kneel and watch worms squirm and stretch and leave tiny trails in the muck like sloppy writing. They're learning the ABCs of weather, of rain and sun and mud. Then we slog down through wet grass toward the pond and what lives there, celebrating all the new water and new life. At the pond, it's time for the frogs to play, and we want to play with them. Leap, frog, leap, leapfrog, leap, hop, flop, plop. You think that looks fun? Birds flap from the trees, and we think the trees are applauding. We bow, then say, bye, frogs, and turn toward home. So you might have said you needed to clarify for the word applauding. Applauding means to clap. And so that's why that little girl is bowing. What do you think Mom is going to think about this? My thinking voice is saying that Mom might be a little upset. Puddles. Big ones, little ones, long ones, skinny ones. Pieces of sky on the ground. It's time to puddle jump again. We can hit every puddle from the pond to the meadow. Splash, splash, splash. So there's another onomatopoeia. And I've heard this before too. Big ones, little ones, long ones, skinny ones, pieces of sky on the ground. So a lot of stories repeat to make it sound like poetry. We slog through wet grass and suck mud with our boots. Slurp, slurp, slurp. Skip beneath leaves and eaves. Drip, drip, drip. And drip in the doorway shouting, we're home! You're wet! Mama howls. So how is Mama feeling? I think she's kind of mad because it said howls. And howls is kind of like an angry word, I feel like. Do you have a connection to that? Has your mom ever been mad when you've come home looking like this after playing outside? On a morning after rain, it's time to soak in a hot bath. Wiggle dry in a warm towel. Get dressed and drink hot chocolate. So see how the author used ellipses? Then run outside again. Puddle jump. Splash, splash, splash. My thinking voice is saying, I can't believe Mom let them go back out in those puddles. And those kids, I can tell, are feeling super happy with their facial expressions. So I heard onomatopoeias everywhere. Splash, splash, splash. Drip, drip, drip. Slurp, slurp, slurp. Splash, splash, splash. Let's see if we find any more. Hop, flop, plop. Slurp, slurp, slurp. Nope, that doesn't say slurp, it says slup, slup, slup. Splash, splash, splash. Drip, drip, drip. So that's what makes this book kind of sound pretty, like poetry. So think about today when you go outside. What is your onomatopoeia sounding like? Is it sounding wet? Like drip, drip, drip? Or can you think of another onomatopoeia? All right, thanks for reading with me.